this is how much they do resident permits in Egypt, and the types of resident permits, and how much you can use to get the resident permit. So I'll be naming them for you. So if you're Shagala, get your pen and your book. Number one, we have the student resident permits in Egypt here. These are requirement things you need to get in order for you to get that student resident permit. Number one, you need to get admission letter from Egyptian University. Egyptian University, you need to get a letter that you want to enter that school. Number two, you need a valid passport. Your passport must not expire. Number three, you need an entry visa, a tourist visa, which is the most popular one. You need a visa. Your visa, you need a valid visa, like a tourist visa. Number three, you need a proof of accommodation. Let them know that, okay, this is where you're living in Egypt. This is your address. You need to know that, okay, this is the place that you're living in Egypt. Another one, the proof of tuition payment, like your school fees in the University of Egypt, the school you apply for in Egypt here, they need to get the tuition payment. They need to get the proof, and these are the process for you to get that student visa. I've mentioned the requirement, what it takes. These are the process, what you need to do to get it. Number one, you need to apply to the University of Egypt here. You need to apply to the school in Egypt here. If you apply there. Number two, you need to enter Egypt legally. You need to enter Egypt here legally, not corner way. Number three, register at your school internal office. You need to register yourself in that school you want to go to. Then the next one, that school carry your details to go and submit to the immigration here in Egypt. When you register yourself, the next thing, that school is going to carry your details and go and register it to the immigration office here in Egypt. And payment plus checkup fee. You need to pay for your checkup and pay fee. There's what we call pay fee. You need to get those ones. Another one, you need to get a resident card. That resident card, you're going to renew it every year. Is a yearly something. And government fee, you need to pay. You're going to pay the government too, and the amount you're going to use in paying the government is from 1,000 Egyptian pounds to 5,000 Egyptian pounds yearly. That means you're going to be paying them from 1,000 Egyptian pounds to 5,000 Egyptian pounds yearly. And medical stroke paper, you're going to pay for your medicals, like I said, and that one costs 1,000 Egyptian pounds to 3,000 Egyptian pounds. So totally, roughly, you're going to be paying 2,000 Egyptian pounds to 8,000 Egyptian pounds yearly, every year as a student in Egypt here. And another one, like that, you're going to pay students, you're going to pay for the school, like school fees in that school. Most time the school is expensive. The school fees is expensive, depending on the school you want to go in Egypt here. So this is what you need to get a resident permit, like a student resident permit in Egypt here. I've mentioned the requirements. I've also give you the process. Then this is another one, is work resident permit. This is another type of resident permit in Egypt here that you need. This one is a little bit expensive, and the requirement is somehow big. So what are the things you need to get a work resident permit in Egypt here? Number one, you need a job offer in Egypt here. They must offer you a job in Egypt here before you can apply for work visa. Number two, employer stroke sponsorship. That's the person that is bringing you, or the company you're coming to work in Egypt for. They must offer you a letter or an offer that you're coming to work in Egypt here. Another one is a passport stroke photo. You must submit your passport and you must submit your photo to get a work permit, a work resident permit in Egypt here. Another one is a degree certificate. Sometimes they don't even sometimes they require for some, they don't require for. So you must get your degree certificate. They're like, you can get your WAEC, your NECO, all those certificates that you use while you are in Nigeria. They need in order for you to get that work resident permit. The process for you to get the work resident permit, these are the process. I've mentioned the requirements that you first of all need an offer in the place you're going to work in Egypt. They need to offer you a job first before you can apply. Number two, like I said, work permit approval. Like I said, from the Ministry of Power. You need to get a work permit approval from the Ministry of Power in Egypt here before you can apply for work resident permit in Egypt here. Then the process to get it, these are the process to get that work permit. These are the process to get a work resident permit in Egypt here. Number one, an employer apply for job. You need to apply for job first. Like I said, you need to apply for the job through their website or any. You need to apply for the job. Number two, you need to minister approval. Their ministry must approve your job category. The job you're coming to do in Egypt, their ministry must approve it, that okay, they must know that this person is coming for this particular job, to do this particular job in Egypt here. work permit issue, like I said, the Ministry of Power must know that you're coming. Maybe for example, you're coming to work in a company as a cashier. I'm giving an example. The Ministry of Power must know that, okay, this particular person is coming to work as a cashier in Egypt here in this particular company. Then resident permit linked to the job. You need to get a resident permit that linked to that job. That job going to, like I said, let me use cashier. If you're coming to do cashier job in Egypt here as in Nigeria, they must get a resident permit that connects you to that job, that link you to that job that you're coming to do. You're going to renew it every year. This process, you're going to be doing it every year. Then the cost of getting a work permit. These are the cost of getting a work permit. Number one, official government permit. You must get an official government permit. It costs 5k to 150k Egyptian pound. Like I told you, to get a work permit is not really easy. That one is the most expensive resident permit here. It depends on the job though. Sometimes it depends on the job that you want to do, but it's a little bit expensive. Then employer usually pay most of all. The person that is going to bring you, or the company that is going to sponsor you to work in Egypt, most time they pay for the cost of this. They pay for the cost of it, in as much as they've already accepted you and they know that this is the work you're coming to do. Most time the employer, the company pay for this for you. This is how you can get a work permit. And a lawyer, you need a lawyer. Lawyer can cost 5,000 Egyptian pounds to 30,000 Egyptian pounds. You need a lawyer to finalize all this for you. Another way you can get a resident permit is through marriage. These are the requirements for you to get a marriage resident permit. Number one, you need to do a legal marriage certificate in Egypt. A legal marriage certificate. There should be a legal marriage certificate between you and the person you're getting married to. Number two, Egyptian spouse ID. The person you're getting married to in Egypt here, he must submit his ID, or she must submit her ID to Egyptian government or the immigration. Number two, passport. You need to submit your passport. You that want to get married, you need to submit your passport. Another one, proof of relationship through marriage certificate. There should be a proof that, okay, you're getting married to this person through marriage certificate. There should be a marriage certificate between you and that person. Bring your marriage certificate that connects you and that person together. They are going to give you a marriage resident permit, and house address. You must submit the house address that you and that your partner you got married to, you're going to live in Egypt here. You must submit your house address, and this is the process of getting it. These are the process of getting a marriage resident permit. Number one, you need to get married legally at the Ministry of Justice in Egypt here. You need to get married to that person legally at the Ministry of Justice in Egypt here. Register your marriage officially. You must register that marriage officially in order for you to get a marriage certificate in Egypt here. Then apply for residence as a spouse of Egyptian. The person you're getting married to, or the person that you're about to get married to, must apply for residence as a spouse in Egypt here. Another one, immigration issue resident card. You must get an immigration resident card. That card, you must get it. You renew this every year, but this one is a little bit easier because you're getting married to Egyptian. This one says, if you just the moment you get married to him and they know that, okay, you've gotten married to this person legally, you can stay here anytime you want because you've already gotten married to that person. So this one is very easy to get. In my next video, I'll be telling you another type of resident permit, how you can get it from the family you're working for. Your madam can do resident permit for you. I'll be teaching you the requirements it takes for your madam to do your resident permit. So check my next video that I'm about to post. Thank you.